Assalamu alaikum, Priya Darshak. Welcome back. If you just joined us after the break, we're talking about house improvement. We're not talking about basically decorating, painting, that kind of stuff. We're talking about property improvement, buying, selling fitted kitchens, bathroom, that kind of stuff. How the property price goes up 10 to 15% when you put a new kitchen, when you put a new bathroom. And we're talking to a classic kitchens managing director here, sharing his experience about his business. It's been established for 26 years, and we're talking about kitchen, how to fit kitchen, and what kind of price range people tend to go for. So Sheikh Bhai, we talked about earlier on about the kitchens and bathroom. I just wanted to talk about a little bit more onto the kitchens, because as you said earlier on, people tend to go for extension. Yeah. Why people tend to use nowadays those kind of kitchens? Why do you think people like to have a massive kitchens and small on that sitting room and bedroom? Why do you think is that? Is this a new trend or?
Well, I think again, people are extending their homes and creating big open plan living areas, because I think over the years our lifestyle has changed. Even in Asian households, our lifestyle has changed. In a lot of families now, sometimes the wife works as well. The kids are now all educated and usually have jobs as well to go to. So it's nice to have a central hub in the home, where rather than everybody be in their own separate rooms, that they can congregate in one area and spend the few hours they might have in the evening together in one space.
Okay, Hassan, if you're watching us, we need to see the clips again. If you can get the clips back onto the air again, on the air again, please. Yeah. So, Sheikh Bhai, tell me another thing. Why? When your dad started this business, is this something you enjoy, or is that something you enjoy doing? Is this part of your passion?
Yeah, I think when you realize that there are families out there that save for 10, 12 years, very, very hard for a kitchen that they may be only going to do once or twice in their life. It's nice to be able to take that journey with them, to go from what they have to finally be standing in the room with them when you sort of unveil the kitchen in its full glory when it's completed. I mean, we get a lot of thank you cards, we get a lot of letters sent to us afterwards, and of course, that kitchen that we've put into somebody's home is now being used every single day by that family.
Yeah.
So, we definitely take pride in the work that we do and the kitchen that we leave in people's homes.
Okay.
Probably one of the most important rooms in the house.
Sheikh, but let's have a look at the clips again, yeah? See the viewers who just joined us, maybe they'll be able to enjoy watching these clips.
Absolutely.
Sheikh, but I want to ask you something about, it's easy enough for someone to go and fit a kitchen. I think when you fit kitchens, you have three types of stress. First things, most companies, I don't know if you agree with me or not, when you order your kitchen, you go to the shop, you talk to your salesman or someone, sales rep comes to your house, measure your kitchen and get everything ready, yeah? But when it comes to the fitting time, you got this piece missing, that piece missing.
Sure.
How often do you get that kind of complaint? I mean, be honest, because
Absolutely.
obviously you can't say you're perfect, but
Absolutely, absolutely, and nobody is perfect.
Yeah.
And I think one of the most important things is that when you have the delivery of the kitchen, it's important to have a list of everything that should be delivered, and you should check everything off.
But saying that for someone like you is very easy to say. You know, like on the kitchen, it's got so many different, you know, someone like me or someone, average people, they will know the cabinet, 600,000.
Sure.
But you know, you got this, you know, the other stuff that you know, small pieces. It's very difficult for us to understand. If we open it, then the company will say, oh, you opened it, you damaged it. So, you know, how do you overcome with that, you know?
The truth of the matter is, it all depends upon the company you go with. If you choose a company that you can speak to people, that you can walk into their showroom, that you can talk to decision makers, whether they're the owners or whether they are the managers, you're not going to have too much of a problem.
So rather than waiting in the big company on the phone for about hours and hours,
Absolutely.
yeah?
If you have to call the customer service line and wait,
yeah.
then usually
and then
have
it's
a
also
problem.
difficult to explain if you haven't got, you know, and if you don't know what you're actually looking for as well.
Absolutely.
What's the ideal way to put a kitchen? Do you get people to the plumbing side? Does your company people do the plumbing as well, or the plumbing, someone like whoever gets that fix the kitchen, is it their job to get the plumbing done, or is it part of the?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Package.
Usually the fitter will do predominantly the main plumbing. If we're designing a kitchen that's going into an extension, a lot of the time we do the design work before the extension's even been built. What that allows us to do is make sure that the windows and the doors are in exactly the right place. And then what we tend to do is provide the builder with a plan to show him where all the electrics and the plumbing should go, specifically for the kitchen that is meant to go inside.
Okay.
Where a lot of people guess where the thing should go and then just end up having to pay twice for them to be moved.
That's right, yeah.
Because they didn't take into consideration the kitchen they were going to buy.
Just seeing on your clips, we got this backplash, yeah? It comes in like a glass thing.
Sure.
What can you explain that? What is this? You know?
Absolutely.
And what, you know, people likes about what's the difference between tiling and that?
It's a very good question. Tiles have always predominantly been, for the last 100 years, what people have in their kitchen. And what you tend to find nowadays is people are looking for a much more modern look. And especially in Asian households, the glass splashback that you see does so much more than just the visual. So we don't have the grout to clean, we don't have tiles to maintain. The glass is simply just like your window. Spray, clean, wipe off, and it always looks as good as it did.
Is it toughened glass or?
Toughened glass, always toughened glass. If I could give your listeners one tip, always toughened glass, especially behind the hob. So what you'll tend to find is that with our cooking, the heat will always make the glass contract and expand a little bit. So if it tends to crack, it's because it's not been toughened.
Okay, integrating washing machine. This is another good thing and bad thing as well. When it breaks,
Sure.
When the plumber comes in and open it, they never put it back right.
No.
So how do you, and they mess up your whole kitchen doors, yeah? So what do you do on that?
Absolutely. Usually an integrated machine has been well fitted to be in line with the rest of the units. And what you'll tend to find is that when you call service engineers or anybody to have a look at it, they just want to pull something out, do something and push it back in again.
Sure, but let's take one call, yeah?
Absolutely.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, sir.
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Welcome, sir.
Yes, sister, any question?
Yeah, I'm Sharma calling from South Woodford. I just wanted to know if you had a choice of kitchens and if you had a showroom we could visit.
Okay, so did you hear the question?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we have a lot of different choices of kitchens, all the way from modern to very, very traditional, and ready-made to bespoke. Our showroom is just between Upton Lane and Green Street on St George's Road. It's obviously called Classic Kitchens, and we're open Monday to Saturday, and you're always more than welcome to pop in.
Okay, all right. Thank you. I hope you got the answer. So thank you very much for call.
Thank you.
Sorry, we talked about integrating washing machine. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, most house, whoever's got that, I mean, you tend to get either one or two or dishwasher.
Sure.
You get the problem. So, is that mean you have to buy another one or another door? Or
No. You just need to call
that
the fitter back.
pop-up fitter back again.
Yeah.
So this is just extra hassle. So probably the best idea is to put them in the separate room, sort of thing.
Again, very, very popular nowadays is having separate utility rooms. Having the washing machine and tumble dryer put away into a separate utility room so that A, you can keep it freestanding, and B, obviously in the main kitchen, you don't have any of the noise that a washing machine brings as well.
Okay, so how do you get your feedbacks like from people, you know, when you've done the job? Obviously, how do you go and check your job up after a while, or, you know?
Yeah, every customer that we have that has a kitchen with us, we will always do a final survey with them. So once everything is completely finished, we go to site, and usually that's where we take the photos that you have been seeing as well. Every customer of ours signs off a sheet to say that they're happy with the kitchen, and they hand that to the fitter as well, and the fitter always hands that back into us. And a lot of the times we have a checklist that we go through to make sure all the job is done properly, and very often we have integrated into the company ethos. We give a client a call 3 months after the job's been done, and usually a year after the job's been done as well, just to make sure that they're happy and if there's anything else we can do for them.
And another thing, you know, like your kitchens, like say average kitchen cost 15, 20 grand, and you sometimes wonder, I'm going to spend 20 grand these kitchens, you know, what happened 5 years time, this goes out of fashion, or, you know, I don't like the color or whatever.
Sure.
But you can do made to measure door and things like that. I mean, how does this work?
Absolutely. I mean,
So you can do a facelift sort of thing.
absolutely. So nowadays, with the quality of the kitchens that you can buy, the cabinets tend to last very, very well. So if you do get to a stage where you're thinking about, you know, I'd like a different look, for example, then usually the doors can all be taken off, and you can just replace them again.
Okay, so it's quite simple stuff.
Very, very
So
simple.
again, like any company, not necessarily your company, any company can come and measure it and get their features and do that. What kind of, you know, the soft touch, is that what you call
Sure.
them?
Soft close drawers.
Soft close, yeah. Are they in the fashion, or is that because of the fashion, or is that something you do to protect the banging the doors and, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, you go into an old kitchen nowadays, and usually you'll find 50% of the drawers don't actually work properly because they've been opened and closed so many times that they no longer work. So the soft close mechanism, that's I think we've been using it for about 15 years now as standard in our kitchens, and it's become very, very popular over the last 5 years. Literally means that soft close on your doors and your drawers will mean they last longer. The hinges are protected, you know, and it makes sure that your kitchen still works exactly like it does 10 years later.
Okay, Sheikh Bhai, you know, thank you for coming. Show's almost ending our time. I know that when you're in the studio, you think 1 hour, how long it's going to take ages. But obviously, when you're in the studio talking to each other, you're very passionate about your product, and it was enjoyable for me to listen. And I'm sure the viewers who watched it, and it was very enjoyable to watch for them as well. And thank you for coming. And usually, whenever someone comes to my show, I tend to give them a small gift. This is one of the gifts for me. It's one of my
Thank you very much.
cup. It's got business talk with ATM
Brilliant.
logo on it.
Excellent. I'll put
And
that
this
on
is
my
chocolate
desk.
for your family. And,
Thank you
know,
very, very much.
Thank you very much for coming. And just before you go, if you want to say something to the viewers, you can talk to the viewers on the camera and say a few words to them.
Yeah, absolutely. I would simply say if you're thinking about planning a kitchen for your home, or you're going to be doing some building work, you're more than welcome to pop into the showroom. It's in St George's Road in Forest Gate, and we'd be more than happy to have a nice cup of coffee and open,
don't forget my mug.
absolutely in this mug, and more than happy to share our experiences, give advice, and hopefully put you on the right path so that you have a stressful, free installation process. Be more than happy to take any of your viewers and help them out.
Thank you very much. The show, this is it. The show is ending now. Thank you for watching. And if you'd like to have any comments, anything about tonight's show, or if you have any queries about this show, if you want to come to this show as well, you can always write to me on my email, www.atnbangla, business talk at atnbanglauk.tv, business talk atnbanglauk.tv. And you can watch this program repeat tomorrow afternoon, 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock p.m. And if you have any comment, anything, as I said, you can write to us. So thank you for watching. I'm back on the Bull 3 and Assalamu alaikum.